I'm all alone. Barista, can you bring me a coffee?
Yes.
Thank you. Hello, Alphas. Ooh, am I paused? Oh, I love how I spun. Hey, this time the logo didn't spin, I spun.
You both did.
Oh, I didn't know that that's how it worked. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Things have been super crazy the last few days. And we didn't do a Friday bean last week because we were out scouting for toilet paper, which we did find. And hopefully, you guys have been able to find in your areas as well, because I know the whole world is looking for toilet paper right now. Here you see I have Mark and Nate. They're invisible today. They will be joining us shortly, but Mark is upstairs making our coffee for the Friday Bean, and Nate is on his way here. So let me know in the chat if you're here to hang out today and kind of learn about our opinions on the big coronavirus spookiness. Let's see. Sherry is here. How many do you still have? Oh, in reference to my Beanie Baby collection that we were talking about in the chat. I don't know. My daughter has a lot of them, so I would say that we probably have maybe 20 to 30 Beanie Babies still in the house, but at one time I had 2,000 Beanie Babies, so maybe I'll share a photo of those in the group sometime. Let's see. That's got to be a record. No, actually, that wasn't a record. There were some crazy Beanie Baby collectors out there. Sunny and close for spring break, Florida checking in. Yes. Where are you? Yelissa, is this your first time to the Friday Bean? Because we're filming live from our Alpha coffee shop. Totally live from our Alpha coffee shop. Let's see. Hello. I called my husband Coffee Ninja. Let's see. My kingdom for some TP. All right, guys. So for those who are joining us for the very first time, this isn't our normal kind of topic. We normally stick to Etsy strategy and things that you guys can actually apply to your businesses. But I asked in the Alpha community a few days ago, what is it that you guys need from me? What is it that you guys want to hear? I'm not going to push a bunch of crazy sales strategies and make you feel like you should be making sales right now, because no one is really making sales right now, and it's not just Etsy, it's like across the grid. So we did get an interesting email this morning from Josh Silverman. If you guys haven't seen that, it should be in your inboxes. Let me go ahead and pull it up. You guys can check your inbox. Josh Silverman is Etsy CEO. To our seller community, we're going through well, let me just go to the important stuff. He knows that coronavirus is affecting a lot of sellers, and helping us to make money is their number one priority right now, since they know that many of us are unable to do so. They're going to be investing $5 million in offsite ads for, let's see, through the end of April, which will promote products on Google, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Bing, at absolutely no cost to us.
Put that over on that side.
Ah,
That's
it's
why I handed it to
so
you with the handle facing
hot.
you.
Who's this one?
Yours.
Oh, just set it.
Mine. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I burnt my hand. So, ad credit. We get extra time to pay our bill, so there's going to be a grace period if you need time to pay your Etsy bill. And they said that they will also have a team available for questions 24/7 if there are any issues, like say someone sends you a nasty message because your shipping times are delayed because of things that you can't control, then those are things that they will take care of for us. So that's kind of the gist of the email. I actually got that email this morning after this Friday Bean episode was already scheduled. So it was kind of just like a little topper on our agenda. Let me see. It's an hour early for me because of daylight savings time. Amber Marie, because of daylight savings time, probably. Let's see, what email address sent the email? Looks like we didn't get this one either. It's Etsy's original, like their primary email. Let me see. I will double check that for you. It is from emails@e.etsy.com. So that email is probably waiting for you in your inbox somewhere or in your spam, wherever you normally get Etsy mail. Hello. Hello. How's Nate gonna get over here?
We will readjust.
Oh,
You're
okay.
not even in the right seat.
I'm in the middle. That's where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, you sat over here last time.
Oh, well, I want to be in the middle.
Too bad.
I'm the important one. There's Mark.
Hello.
All right, guys.
What's up with this?
Because I don't know. I can see it better over here.
'Cause,
Where do I find Offsite Ads? Is it in Canada? I don't see it anywhere in my stats or my marketing options. Offsite Ads are still kind of being, it's still a work in progress. So if you're not seeing it, that's probably why. All right. Back to where we were. So over the next few weeks, what I don't want to do is push sales strategies on you and make you feel like you should be making sales right now. We are hitting kind of a double whammy where if you watch our Friday being 3 weeks ago, we talk about summer sales strategies since things tend to slow down during the summer anyway. Between March and August, sales slow down in all or most online industries unless you're selling flip-flops or something beach related. Things tend to slow down a little bit. And that's completely normal. You can Google it and see, across the grid that this happens. But what I'm grateful for right now is that this is happening at a time when we're not experiencing an interruption in sales that we would be getting. And I know that some of us are. I know that some of us are getting less sales than what we would be getting this time of year. But more that I'm glad that this didn't happen in like November, December, when sales are literally our top priority and we actually have to have them at that time. I think that this is the best possible time that this could happen because sales tend to slow down anyway.
Yep.
And I know that really sucks for those of us who rely on your Etsy shops for your income. Hopefully you guys are able to get some adjustments on your bills if you're struggling. We know that there are a lot of areas that are doing different like places to pick up food if you need it. So just look around your area for resources that are available to you if it's something that you need, and just understand that this isn't a small localized issue. This is the entire world, and it's a really weird thing to get online and address the whole world with an issue that we're all having. We're all struggling to find toilet paper, and all of our grocery stores are lacking things that we all need, and most of us are really, really, nervous right now.
Lisa made a good point that'd be good to touch on for those of you that have festivals and things that you're going to be doing, like Lisa Dixon said there. I wouldn't put your money on those this year. There's no real telling. Don't listen to whatever the news tells you about what's going on with this.
They're updating it, like they're trying, because a lot of the things that they've said is that like April is when to expect things
Nobody
to clear
has
up,
any idea, so don't listen to anyone.
Right.
Anyone that says, oh, it's going to last until May, oh, it's going to last until July, oh, it's going to last, literally no one has an idea.
Right.
The CDC, if the CDC doesn't know, they don't know. So don't listen to anybody's word.
Right.
No one knows how long this is going to last, so don't put your money on localized events or worldwide events or sales or anything like that. Just rely on your online sales because in-person things probably aren't going to happen for a little while.
Right.
And if they do, they do. If it goes away sooner, awesome, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, and we're not trying to be doom and gloom or anything. We look at China, and I mean, they haven't had any new cases, which is fantastic. But look how long it took them.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, but we won't get it.
It
You don't go from 180 new cases a day to 0 a day in one day. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, that we just don't know. So
I do.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. Let's see. Our big season is March and May. Things were just starting to ramp up for us when this hit. It's going to be a hard slog. What type of products do you sell, Deb? I know that especially if you sell anything like spring and holiday related. It's going to be really hard.
Forgive us if we don't know what products you sell. We have a lot of people on here. We can't remember.
I can
we can't remember. We remember names most of the time, but we can't do products too.
Yeah. And for those of you who are wondering, Mark and I, we live in Ohio and most of our state is shut down. You can't go to bars or restaurants. You can still get delivery of, food from restaurants.
And they all have to close by 9.
Yes, they all have to close by 9. And all the schools are closed. So our daughter is home. And they're
Till the 20th.
Yeah, but they're also saying that it might last through the end of the year as well, the end of the school year.
We'll see.
We're not sure yet, but things are pretty crazy over here as well. So if you're experiencing those things, just know that you're not alone.
We in this together.
We're in this together, yes. So one thing that I wanted to share with you is I know that a lot of alphas are struggling with motivation right now, and they're feeling really sluggish, and it feels like the whole world is kind of standing still. And, oh, that might be Nate.
He knows how to get down here.
Is he going to close the door?
Yeah, probably. Deb said they specialize in retroreflective decals for bicycles, motorcycles, and helmets.
Oh.
I'm actually kind of curious because obviously, like you said, right now is when people are getting their riding gear ready. Have you seen a decline in sales, or have you seen an increase in sales? What I would assume you would see every spring. Let me know. I'm curious to see how that affects because so many people are locked down and out of work, especially in the United States, that I would assume that people would be kind of stocking up on that gear. For the people that aren't getting sick, they're still going to be out and riding their bikes and stuff. So you're not really going to get sick riding your bike on a bike trail.
Yeah, but if it's people saving money overall.
But that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So one thing that I created for you guys, if you're struggling with motivation or you just are kind of confused about this whole thing and you're feeling sluggish, because I certainly was for about a week. I would say last week I was pretty slow, wasn't on social media a whole lot. I kind of had to detox from it because here's the thing, sitting and watching the news over and over isn't going to do you any good. And if there's something that you need to know about your particular area, you will most likely find out without having to watch the news all day, especially if you're like prone to high anxiety. It's just not a good idea to sit and drone out on all the negativity all day long. So what I decided to create for you guys is a 7-day email series that you can opt in for. It's not going to double subscribe you to my email list, and that is linked down below. It's called, what did I call it? 7-day something or other. And basically, I'm just kind of creating an email series on my thoughts on different practical steps that you can kind of apply. Oh, are you able to make it over here?
I was just going to slide in.
Yeah, welcome to the world's smallest coffee shop.
Hey, you know what?
You can do,
When times are tough.
He's like breaking down the coffee shop walls. Yalissa, I think, thought we were in a coffee shop just now.
Did she?
Yeah, and you just completely destroyed the illusion by shaking the walls.
Well, we've been watching Harry Potter.
You should have walked behind it and shook it. And
All right, Deb said huge drop in the last 2 weeks, 35% down from last year.
Oh, that's good.
Hoping once people get over the shock of it all and are itchy to do something distracting, they'll start buying again. Yeah, this whole kind of boom of people getting off of work and being afraid just kind of started. So I wouldn't be too upset yet. It'll once people start getting bored, I think you'll be good.
There are still people that are just now going home. Like my roommate, for instance, like his company just decided yesterday to start letting people work from home. So today is like really one of the first days that he's actually been home.
yeah.
So it's a pretty mixed bag that I'm seeing between people. Amber Marie said she's seen an increase in sales. Somebody else said that they had a pretty big boom.
Amber Marie does cards. I thought you meant Marie.
You know, I've also like seen a lot of people talking about how there's, you know, a lot of folks all around the world that are like kind of suffering from this. I feel like, especially in the United States, there's still a pretty good chunk of Americans that are going to want to spend money regardless, like especially if there's some type of package where people are going to get paid while they're away from work, or if they get sick or something like that, if they have some type of benefits or savings or something like that.
I mean,
I
it's
still get
America,
bored.
man. That's
Yeah.
what we're into. We like spending money on stuff.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like there's still a good portion of Americans that are going to want to spend money in
Not
the
just
economy.
Americans.
But just
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I mean, the consensus, to be honest, looking through the comments from people posting about their sale, I mean, it looks from what we have so far that more people are seeing an increase than a decrease.
Well, when we look, okay, so Mama's Milk Shop, she does goat's milk soap. Epoxy cup orders are still coming in like crazy. Amber Marie, she does cards, giftable items. Those are things that are going to be, that's ways to send like affirmations and positive messages through the mail. Do we have any other ones that are seeing increase?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know how all your shops are doing.
Right. Let us know if you've got an increase.
Let us say like what your industry is and whether or not you've seen an increase or decrease. We don't need numbers or anything like that. We don't care about that.
Not that we don't care, but
well, we don't want to know your specific numbers. But let us know. Let us know what industry you're in. Let us know how your sales are looking. Have you seen an increase year over year? If you've seen a decrease, is it the same? Do you not care?
I think after the initial shock, people will realize best way to still shop is online.
Yes,
and that's kind of what Anthony Wolf had said. We did a live stream yesterday in the E-Rank group. So if you're not a member, be sure to go join. Just type E-Rank group into your Facebook search bar. But we did a little discussion over there and kind of addressed the coronavirus a little bit. And his thing is that when people get bored, they're going to start shopping again. They're going to be home for a while and they're going to be sitting on their money for a while. And then, a couple weeks are going to pass and everyone's still going to be sitting in their homes and they're going to burn off some steam by shopping online.
Incense is up about 200%.
That's
that's wicked. I'm all about that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Let's see here. So a couple jewelry, we've got a couple conflicting ones. Sales slowed down but haven't stopped. Selling mostly incense, 200% increase. No increase in yarn. I think most people are going for budget items.
I have quite a few friends that are buying up stock right now because there's certain websites that, and just companies in general, especially in the United States, where like, I don't know, I'm not sure why, but everyone's stock seems to be super cheap, and so a lot of people are trying to cash in on that.
Oh yeah, if it keeps diving, I'm gonna try to find a point. I'll probably be buying in here soon.
So what I'm seeing a lot of is that people are seeing a lot of sales and this is me speaking as someone who knows your guys' marketing personally. For those of you who are saying that you have an increase in sales right now, what I'm noticing is that a lot of you have very giftable items. They're items that you can send to people in the mail. You don't need to make contact, cards and things like that. We don't need to change the product. If you're not making sales right now, maybe it's because you sell jewelry or something like that. Rather than targeting the person that's going to wear that piece, maybe start redirecting your online marketing and your online presence temporarily to the idea of sending positivity in the mail or, gifting positivity, and really lean on that gift factor so that, you don't have to say something like, send this so you can keep safe distance from your relatives, but you can say something like, hey, we know times are hard right now, let us take care of the gift wrapping for you. We will send it directly to your recipient. You don't have to touch it. And that might be another way to kind of realign the marketing without necessarily changing the products. Don't forget, for those who are just joining us, there is a link down below. I've created a 7-day email series that you will get one email every day from me, kind of talking about different strategies and things that you can do to improve your mindset, things to keep your kids busy, a couple little fun facts, common questions, and things that people are freaking out about in terms of the coronavirus, and ways that you can stay safe and kind of debunking some myths.
Yeah, so it's a pretty mixed bag. Some people increase, some people decrease, somebody no change.
My nose is burning.
Somebody said that their yoga equipment is going to see a decrease. You're going to see that. Pretty much every gym in the country is closed right now, so not a lot of people exercising.
Hey,
so.
Leslie, what you should do is align your marketing with staying fit at home, staying fit with kids, staying fit at home, staying fit in the living room, staying fit in the yard. I feel like
for you that sells the bike equipment, staying fit on your bike.
Yeah, you can't. You're not going to catch coronavirus riding your bike down the street.
Big takeaway with this is it's you got to try to look on the bright side of things, I guess. And I think the big thing here is you're definitely going to learn some budgeting skills, and I think that's obviously everyone says you should always be prepared for emergencies and things like that. And this time it's like you don't really have much of a choice. So use this as a learning opportunity for sure.
Yeah, and we keep saying, for everyone who thinks, oh, this isn't as big a deal as the news is blowing it up to be, and this is this is not a big deal. We hope you're right. Like, we really do,
But
but
my opinion is, what's the harm in treating it like it is?
right.
I mean, realistically, you don't have to do anything extra to be minded in a way that you're taking this seriously, so you don't affect yourself, so you don't potentially affect other people, so you don't affect your customers, so you don't affect your family. Like, there's no harm in just being cautious, you know.
So let us know in the comments, are you guys having a toilet paper shortage in your area? Because Anthony Wolf introduced me to a really fun tool that I've linked down below. I didn't even show you this. It's called How Much Toilet Paper. Anthony sent me this last night. And you can put how many rolls of toilet paper you have, how many toilet visits you have per day. Oh, there's some advanced options. Number of wipes per trip.
5. Good Lord.
Sheets per wipe, sheets on a roll, people in the household, and days in quarantine. And you can see how long your toilet paper will last.
All right, so for most of y'all that can't find toilet paper, and I know that wet wipes aren't the best thing in the world, but for very, very cheap, as long as Amazon hasn't sold out, I don't think that they have, head on over there and look up the brand Dude Wipes. They have their mint scented ones.
Are you checking?
Yeah, he's gonna check. $13 for a 3-pack. And each pack of 3 is what? It's 144 wipes per pack, I believe.
Make your butt minty fresh.
Oh, they've gone down in price. $8,
Woo!
$8.84. So yeah, head on over there and buy some of those. You can get them on Prime. You get that Prime 2-day delivery.
Not guaranteed anymore.
Have a nice clean butt.
Nice,
Okay.
clean, minty butt.
And not sponsored, do what we did, which I'm gonna install in the next day or so. Head on over to Tushy and get you one of them. Because then you don't got to worry about toilet paper anymore.
You gonna explain what it is?
Yeah.
You gonna explain what it is?
It's a bidet.
Thank you.
They're like $100. If you got it in your budget, throw one of those on there. Don't have to worry about toilet paper anymore.
Yeah.
And they have one that hooks up to your warm water line too. It's self-cleaning, all that stuff.
I opened my shop in November. I sell soap. I was kind of hoping to see an increase in sales soon. I sell Immunity Booster essential oil soap, hoping that starts selling. Paula, it all depends. I mean, if you're not seeing sales, and if you're new and you're not seeing sales, don't completely sum it up to coronavirus. There are things that we can all be doing right now to improve our shops. And especially if you're new, don't assume that this is the reason that you're not making sales. It could be something like your SEO and your overall visibility. It could be your photos. It could be the way that you've branded yourself. So if you're new here, make sure that you kind of go back, watch some older videos on my channel, and don't stop learning. Never stop learning. Your shop is never done. It's never complete. You will never be finished with it. That's why I always say success is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey. And if you don't learn to love the process, you're going to just be pedaling and pedaling and pedaling away, trying to, hit the light at the end of the tunnel that'll never come.
One thing I can kind of say, and this is a kind of personal opinion, if you're going to advertise using the coronavirus as a reason for the advertising, I think it should be comical. I don't think that fear-mongering is the way to go. Don't use it kind of as an excuse to have a sale kind of thing. Specifically for the reason because people hate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if you use the virus as a reason to buy your products, make it comical, make it kind of funny, make it kind of lighthearted. Don't make it like a you need this because of the virus kind of thing. Because there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get slammed for that.
Right.
I've seen it happen already.
It could backfire on you pretty badly. The best ad that I saw, and I posted it in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, it was Guinness. They actually created a really great ad for St. Patrick's Day saying, like, we know this year is a lot different from past years, and, joining or going to bars isn't the only way to celebrate. Sit at home, call your friends and family, enjoy a Guinness. we'll be here next year. And they said, like, we signed a 9,000 year lease on our building, so don't worry, we're not going anywhere. And I thought that that was a really great way to advertise without saying, oh, you need our product because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, Elva said that they've been selling more plague masks. I have received ads for like 5 or 6 different companies that sell plague masks so far, and all of their
Like
ads,
the big,
yeah, the big,
crow?
the crow beak masks that they used to stuff with potpourri and stuff back in the
That's
days
fun.
of the plague. It's cool. Use that as an opportunity to be funny, because all the ads that I've seen from them have been hilarious. So definitely get in on that. Obviously, don't try not to offend anyone by being,
Janelle-
too lighthearted, but
Janelle said I crocheted a very cute virus toy. Don't list it. Etsy is removing listings that are tagged as coronavirus.
yeah.
They're
Third party ads are one thing, but don't do anything directly on Etsy. They're gonna take it down.
Yeah, don't make coronavirus themed products. Keep in mind, people are dying. Like if you wouldn't make a 9/11 product, don't make a coronavirus product.
I'm with you. I don't see any personal problem with it. If I'm being completely honest, I think it's great to make lighthearted jokes on a situation.
It's how
that's
some
more
people
serious. It is a good coping mechanism, but Etsy doesn't think so. So
Right.
so just don't do it.
Right.
If it's just a virus thing, they probably won't catch it. It's probably algorithmic, but
I think that what a lot of people are doing, have you ever seen all those little microbe toys, and they have all the different little microbes, and they have cute little faces, and they've got, just a bunch of different ones?
Straight out of toilet paper t-shirt. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Toilet paper jokes are going to get you a couple sales if you've got anything for it.
Yeah, toilet paper I don't think is something that's really sensitive. So feel free to joke about toilet paper all you want, because we'll figure out toilet paper. Nobody's dying because of lack of toilet paper. So all right, guys, if you have any questions for us, let us know. And wake up, Nate.
He's looking at the comments.
Sorry guys. If it looks like I'm zoned out, I'm actually over here trying to keep up with the comments. We've got them in 2 different places.
Yeah, they're blasting in right now, so we're just
let us know. Let us know if you guys have any questions.
But thanks, Lisa.
How's the coffee, y'all?
Dude,
I made it double strength today.
I'm gonna try and convince him to make me another cup. Actually, everybody, you should comment and be like,
I didn't pour out the beans, and I used the double dose, so I can just pour more hot water on it and make another cup of coffee.
Lisa, it's totally cool. That was really good.
Some fights have broken down due to toilet paper.
Yeah, that's true. I think there's police at certain places. I don't know.
There's 2 at Kroger's. Every time I've been up there, they've had 2 officers patrolling.
Don't forget, down below, there is a link to a 7-day email series where I'm going to be sending you cool stuff to occupy your kids' time while you're on quarantine. I'm going to be sending you kind of my take on different things, such as, can you get coronavirus in the mail? The answer is no, but it can live on surfaces. So make sure that
let's not say directly no. That's of a semi-incorrect statement. Like 99.9% chance no.
Right. Well, sign up for the email series. You'll get to hear all the goodies on that, because I have a big long rant about it. How to keep a positive mindset during all of this. Making sure that you're staying positive, things that you can do to keep yourself motivated. Because last week, do you remember last week? I just did not want to do anything. I did not want to work. I laid in bed and read a book all day.
Elva had a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get some questions.
Do we think we should advertise our Plague Doctor costume items more now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And like I said, try to make it kind of funny without making it offensive. But I would keep a very close eye. I mean, that's kind of the products you sell, so it's probably not going to be a worry. It's your niche. Just keep an eye on the comments and stuff, because if people start getting negative, you might have to pull it back a little bit. So just it's more of like you need to pay more attention to your PR right now, I think, with your product, but you should be fine.
Yeah, look at targeted. If you're going to be actually paying for ads, like if you're doing like a Facebook ad, target like gothic audiences and oddities and things like that. Maybe avoid targeting just general, don't target like health organizations or anything weird like that, but stick to your niche, stick to your audience. Join some like goth themed Facebook groups and maybe advertise. Sure. That's how I started Art by Starla Moore.
I think Reddit might be a good place.
Oh yeah,
Reddit, and if you've got the guts for it, 4chan still have pretty big goth communities.
Yeah, those would be great places to advertise. When I first started my business at Art by Starla Moore.
Where are you guys? Ohio.
Quit interrupting me.
Sorry.
When you've done it like 4 times now.
I've had coffee.
When I first started Art by Starla Moore, I actually joined a ton of like goth and pagan themed Facebook groups to advertise my keys. And that's where I got my initial like traffic flow for my business, is just saying, hey, here's what I created. What do you guys think? And I would wait until people commented and said, oh, where can I buy this? Oh, here's my shop link. So it was kind of subtly advertising. And then if I got removed from those groups, I just, moved on to the next one. I just spammed all these groups, but it worked because I built a really great audience. So if you're just kind of starting out, or if you're in need of sales, and you're not really upset about potentially getting deleted from groups, maybe check their group rules and then post your products there. Next up.
G. Morgan said 2 tablespoons instant coffee, sugar, hot water, mixed to a froth, pour into a glass of milk with ice if you like. Sounds yummy. Yes, I got a better one for you. Grind up your coffee, real fresh beans.
Death Wish coffee.
Death Wish.
Pour into your French press if you have one. If not, tall shaker cup.
He does us up.
With cold water.
You hear this?
Put it in the fridge. Leave it there overnight, 12 hours if possible. Take it out, strain it into another cup. There you have good iced coffee, good pour-over iced coffee that's not going to be bitter.
And don't just do ice. Make extra coffee, freeze that coffee, and use that as your ice cube so you don't end up with watered-down coffee.
You can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how you make a real iced coffee.
Death-
Cold brew iced coffee.
Bridget says Death Wish is great. Maybe that's why we're just running into each other and
We're
interrupting
not on
each
Death
other.
Wish right now.
Oh, what are we
This
on?
is Major Dickinson.
Dickinson. We thought it was Dickinson, but it's not. It's Major Dickinson.
Major Dickinson.
From Pete's. Let's see. I have a baby shop for 4 months old. Oh, I thought you meant that you sold baby things. I have
4-month-olds.
I have a baby shop. No, it's 4 months old. The shop is 4 months old. It's not a shop for 4-month-olds.
Nope. It's for 4-month-olds.
I have a baby shop that hasn't been very busy. I've been using my extra time to work through HAA and finished yesterday. I saw that, Christina. Congrats. For those who are not aware, Handmade Alpha Academy is my online course that will be opening in June 14th. There is a waiting list down below if you want to be the first to know when that opens. It teaches you A to Z how to run a successful Etsy shop, and we have almost 500 students now who are all very, very happy. So
somebody asked, will the postal services stop?
we don't have any way to really know that, but
probably not.
I would
Probably not. And then again, another comment: by the time your item has gone through the postal service, the virus should be dead. Yeah, as far as like getting info about this whole virus thing, if the person talking about its title isn't virologist, ignore what they're saying. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Virologists are the only people you should listen to when it comes to information about a virus, because that's what they do for a living.
Yeah.
Would you
Say
guys
that
launch
again from the back, so
Right?
everyone can hear.
and including some doctors? A doctor doesn't necessarily mean you're a professional at understanding how every single virus works. You understand how to identify a virus, but you don't know what makes up a virus. Would you launch a new sports line? No.
Wait.
I would wait, because the thing is pretty much every sport, correct me if I'm wrong, pretty much every sport in the United States is halted, right?
Not just the United States.
In most places in the world.
Although Apple thinks it's cool to just launch a new laptop and a new iPad. Just randomly.
So what I would do for the sports stuff is they're probably going to announce when they're going to start doing games in person again. Find that date. Launch your stuff, if you can, maybe a month before that happens. That way it has time to get to the people that are going to be doing the sports events, and then you might see a little boom in sales.
That's a good idea.
And you could still do marketing leading up to that, who's excited for X, Y, and Z to start back up, and you know how to market.
There's plenty of funny memes.
You got it.
There's plenty of funny memes right now about, waiting for sports and, what am I supposed to do with all my time? Use those as marketing. Make it seem like you're going crazy waiting for all the sports to start. Well, I don't know anything about sports, but you're going crazy waiting for them all to start back up. Let's see. Debbie, I'm thinking that baby stuff will be needed in November, December of this year. Everyone's staying home and being personable.
Yeah.
What did I say that we were going to call them? Coronials.
Is personable the word you want to use? That's not the word I would use, but I'm not going to say it on stream.
Personables. Coronials.
Been in a funk. I need a kick in the ass to use the time wisely. Well, my foot doesn't reach that far.
Atlas, join the list down below. Feel free to, message me back if you have any questions during that little email series. I started that series last night, like typing it out, and I'm kind of just speaking my thoughts there. You guys might not agree with everything that I say during the series, and that's fine. We don't have to, see eye to eye on everything, but I'm offering you some tips on what I'm doing and things that I've, kind of researched for my own business. And I even made an email. Quarantines. I even made an email about suppliers and how some of my suppliers have disappeared because of the coronavirus. They're temporarily closed, and the things that I'm doing instead. So feel free to join that.
For the second time, we are in Ohio.
Yes, we are in Ohio. Or I think they're asking, where are we? Because we're not in front of the Alpha Wall.
Oh, we're in the same place we always are, just with a different wall behind us.
The Alpha Coffee Shop.
We're in the lab making beats.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's so that's another thing is the USPS is technically like a government-run organization, kind of. It's one of those semi-private kind of things.
Yeah.
But it's still government organized, so it's not going to close unless absolutely necessary. Especially since, like, if it does become a problem where everybody is getting infected, USPS will probably be the way that the antibodies and things are being distributed. So it's probably not going to close.
Yelissa.
How many cups of coffee did you have while making it, Mark? None. None whatsoever. I just am running on like 4.5 hours of sleep.
Oh, Nate, here you go.
Yeah, Vanessa, I saw that. That's a very good point. I just wish there was more press around it because Apple always sneaks in these really cool things and then just like they're just there one day. And I wish that they would announce things before launching them, but
Sarah's Kingdom said, I went to the HAA link to sign up, but it's still set for the December countdown. December countdown? Really?
Shouldn't be.
Let me double check that real
Might
quick.
have just been a goof.
You can also go to handmadealphaacademy.com. That's where all my freebies are hosted. Most of them are linked down below. Let me see. It says 85 days.
No, 85 days should be correct.
85 days. Summer enrollment. Everything looks correct on my end. Let me grab that link for you to make sure that you have the right one. It is located on handmadealphaacademy.com, but here is the link. That's the long link. But there it is if you guys...
You didn't do one of your cute Bitly links.
I didn't want to spend the time doing it. Mark's got this.
I got this. We're actually worried about the stores running out of coffee than toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Order
I
online.
feel you.
Tons of independent
for
coffee
real.
makers.
You can order it on Amazon.
Yeah.
I feel bad for people who only have Etsy income and who are having less sales.
Yeah.
Man, that's again when I said at the beginning of the stream, this is going to be a good learning opportunity for those of you who haven't taken the time to do any budgeting at all.
Yeah.
You're really going to learn how, and I know that kind of sucks, but this is an essential skill that some people just don't have because they haven't had to. So if this is your first time budgeting, have fun. If you need help with budgeting, I'm sure there's people that can help you in our groups. So
Haley said, I'm worried if the postal service is delayed and it doesn't arrive on time, my customer will leave a bad review. I know that a lot of us are worried about that, but Josh Silverman actually sent us all an email this morning. If you're joining late, you might have missed me mention that when we first started. He sent out an email basically saying that there's going to be 24/7 Etsy support available during this time. And if for some reason a package is delayed due to the coronavirus and there's nothing that you could have done to prevent it and you get a bad review, you can most likely reach out to Etsy for things like that. So the things that he mentioned, let me pull up the email. It's going to be, they're investing $5 million in offsite ad credits at no cost to us through the end of April. They're giving us an extra month to pay our bill if we need that grace period to pay your Etsy bill. And they're going to be offering 24/7 support to provide you with resources, assist you in managing through these hard times, and help your shop stay in good standing when challenges arise, which leads me to believe that egg roll, Baines.
That's my nickname.
Baines.
Anyway, What do we do if tracking still says pre-transit after 4 days? I'm a new Etsy seller and I'm having a hard time with tracking. Call your post office.
What has most likely happened is the package is still on the way, and at the first destination where you dropped it off at the post office, they did not scan it in. It went on a
Yes.
truck and it's on the way, and then it will be scanned in at the next destination. And I know that this can really tick off your customers when they think that you haven't shipped it. Our post office is like notorious for doing this. Just communicate with your customer. Let them know, hey, I dropped it off on this day. Baked beans. I dropped it off on this day, and it looks like my post office didn't scan it, but the tracking should update shortly as soon as it reaches the next destination.
I would still call.
Yeah, but
It's
you can.
probably a good idea. And just to highlight something, Oscar, you are the right kind of troll.
Right.
I appreciate you. You're not taking any time out of my day. You're making me laugh. You're probably making some people in the stream laugh.
Baked beans.
Good on you, dude. I'm not even going to block you yet.
Let's see.
I was trying to be
Good stuff,
socially correct. Queentennials. It's perennials. Or coronials.
Coronials. Can we still drop off our packages to you? USPS, if our state has asked us to all stay inside. I mean, as long as it's not like
Business is business. Do what you got to do.
yeah, as long as you're not literally locked in your house and they've instructed that no one walks out their front door.
Yeah, if it's not like a martial law lockdown, then you can still do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's been advised that we all stay home, but Nate drove over here and we still go to the grocery we still go to the grocery
They
store.
asked the same question again there. You
Yeah.
good? Do I need to tell my customers that I've disinfected the jewelry that I made? No, no, I wouldn't. If they ask, go for it, but I wouldn't highlight it at all because it's kind of a turnoff to even hear about it.
Yeah, so let me go ahead, and this is something that's going to be in the upcoming email series for those of you who sign up. Link for that's down below. Look for the little microbe emoji. But basically, I wrote this email because I saw in the Etsy forums that someone said that they were wearing a mask and wearing gloves to pack their Etsy orders, and you guys should do the same, yada yada. There's no point in doing that. There's no point unless you create Bath and Body or food products, which hopefully you're wearing gloves anyway.
Yeah, for real.
There-
And hairnets and all that fun stuff.
Right. Wearing a mask is not going to help at all, and wearing gloves is not going to help at all. The virus is not going to survive in transit as far as we know, unless anything crazy, pops up in research. As far as we know, it will survive on cardboard for 24 hours. It will survive on plastic and stainless steel for 2 to 3 days. But surviving is not the same as being transmittable. Just because it's surviving.
Unless you're receiving something and just like snorting all over it, you're probably going to be fine.
Right. And if you're really nervous about it, like say that you have a package coming in from China, like you've ordered supplies, just let it sit on the counter for a day and open it a day later. It's probably not going to make a difference because of all the altitude and climate changes as it's in transit, and it's going to take several days to get to you anyway. But if you're super freaked out, let it sit for 24 hours.
Yeah, it's going to go through some hot, it's going to go through some cold, it's going to go through some damp, it's going to go through some dry. It'll be fine. My favorite animal is the Wonderpus photogenicus. I like you.
Tyler says, what time is it there? It's 3:37 a.m. here.
It's 12:43, so it was probably 12:37 here. Can you schedule pickups for USPS so you don't have to leave the house? They drop off. Yeah, I mean, if your area does that, then yeah.
Absolutely. USPS does it. You can schedule a pickup instead. Okay.
How are the elderly behaving there? Here in Portugal, how are they behaving? Behave, old folk. They're all going crazy and thinking they're all Supermans. They don't care about this, and they're going to meet each other. There's a lot of different kinds of old people here. So they're acting like that, and then they're acting super scared. It all depends on what kind of person they are.
I think that's everywhere. Some people are set in their ways, and they're saying, oh, I've lived through everything. I'll live through this. And they're still going out and doing their shopping and touching everything. And, that's probably not good, but you're not going to stop them, right?
Right.
And
again, what I said at the beginning of the friggin' stream is there's no harm in being cautious. Even if you think it's not real, it's not going to hurt you to obey the rules.
Obey.
And do what people are telling you is true. if you're a science denier, fine, but you should still follow the rules that everybody else is following.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
Just for your safety and theirs, because like if you go out and get sick, it's too late. So just do what you can to
Yeah.
prevent it. The
um,
CDC is saying not to wear jewelry because it's hard to disinfect and can harbor germs. If you got a source for that,
yeah,
I'd
Melissa,
be down for it. But I've checked out their site like once every couple days, and I haven't seen anything about that.
I've never heard anything about
I
that.
mean, clothing is going to be harder to disinfect than jewelry.
Yeah. Let's see. Schools in Cali are shut down for the rest of the year. No sales on Etsy for me right now. Yeah, and like I said, it's a double whammy from summer as well because we're experiencing two stalls at the same time.
I don't think it'll actually be closed for the rest of the year. If the virus follows the themes that it did in other places, then we should be starting to see things kind of die down probably around July. So they'll probably open schools back up for the next school year. I do honestly think they'll be closed for the remainder of this school year, which kind of sucks. That means our entire generation is going to have to reset a year. But
What really sucks about that is high school seniors are missing out on their last year of school.
they're going
their
to have
last,
to probably redo it.
last memories. Most of them are online.
Yeah, don't show those.
I'm just ignore the troll comments. Focus on the ones that are important. Since many countries are shutting down, would it be easier to only ship to the USA for a while? I'm not gonna really comment on that right now because I am still making international sales and they're still arriving. I've had no issues with it. I don't see any reason to right now. If there's an update, I'll let you guys know. You'll be the first to know. But right now, all my international orders are arriving just fine. Haven't had any issues with it, so I would say that there's really no reason to.
People are talking about clothes being disinfected. There's no proof that temperature kills this virus yet, so not necessarily.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do I have any questions?
I'm taking a quick look to make sure. If you guys have any last minute questions, please
Look
let
at
us know.
Italy news if you want perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
For real, don't read news about Italy. Get on the internet. If you have a VPN, use a VPN. Read news that's actually coming from Italy. And that's where you'll get the real story. Or semi-real story.
Yeah, big fines here if you don't obey, whether you believe them or not. There was a local bar that decided that they weren't going to close down. And did you see that? They boarded up a bar. State came and boarded up a bar.
Where was it that guy, where they forced quarantined him? I don't remember what state it was in. There was a guy that was refusing to quarantine himself after he tested positive, and the police surrounded his house and wouldn't let him leave.
Right. Schools closing doesn't mean total canceling. Palm Beach County School District transitioning to Google Classroom. Yeah, but that's what they're missing out on, though, is the socialization and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that our homeschool parents are like, oh, boo-hoo. But, I mean, it's still...
Social improvement is a graded thing from grades 1 to 5 in most states in the United States. If kids don't progress socially the way that they are, even if they progress like in their actual book learning throughout the year, they still will not graduate to the next year. They have to develop socially for their age. Unless they have a condition, obviously.
Let's see. What do we do if tracking still says pre-transit? I already answered that a few minutes ago, Amanda. Be sure to watch the replay because we kind of covered that already. I teach high school. We're so upset about closing. We have no idea if we will reopen. We've canceled senior prom and of course,
sucks.
all activities.
Dude, senior prom was like what most kids in my school looked forward to.
I worry a lot about my friends. I've got quite a few friends who are still in university, and some of them are able to transition to online. Some of them were taking like online classes, but room and board is pretty expensive no matter what college you go to. If like you live on campus or you live like right outside of campus, especially in like a college town, it's usually pretty expensive. And all of my friends have told me they're not being reimbursed. They're being told to like go home, but they're not being reimbursed for...
Oh yeah, I actually just had a friend who paid for I think it was an art class specifically.
Yeah.
And she paid for a third of it, and they're not reimbursing her what she paid, even though the class was canceled, but they are giving her a 20% discount.
That's just...
Wow.
It's crazy to me.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Well, because she did like 1/3 of the class already, so they're not reimbursing her for like the extra money that she hasn't been given a product for.
That's crazy.
Which I said I'm pretty sure is illegal, but I'm not a legal professional anyway.
Some
Oh,
schools are
Vanessa,
funny.
that's great. I'm glad some schools are. I know Miami University and Bowling Green, both here in Ohio. I have friends that go to both, and they said they're not being reimbursed. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there will be a program later on, but
Jeeves Stobbs.
Oh.
I think we're gonna see a lot of colleges getting in trouble when this is all said and done. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money to be playing around with.
yeah,
Um,
reimbursing used food and door money. Good.
So, guys, down below, I know I've said this 100 times, but we actually have a few links for you. So the first link for you is I created a 7-day email series for you that's going to kind of go over some of the steps that I'm taking to prepare my own Etsy shop for the coronavirus, things that I'm doing with my kiddo, some free resources for you if you're a parent and you need things to occupy your kids. I have things for pre-K up to college prep in there. I have some things that I'm doing to kind of stay calm and stress free, since stress is going to lower your immune system. We don't want any of that right now. And just a bunch of other cool stuff. So make sure that you sign up for that down below. I've also got a link to my summer survival guide, which will totally apply to this because I created the summer survival guide before coronavirus had really hit the US. But basically, this guide is going to walk you through some processes to adapt to the summer slow period that most online sellers experience, and how to really prepare your shop for the upcoming busy season, which will begin around August and September. I also have down below a couple funny links. How much toilet paper? That's a really funny link that'll tell you how many days in quarantine you're going to be able to last on the amount of toilet paper that you currently have in your house. I also have a link to an article where they talk about how long the virus can live on surfaces when sent in the mail. Just some little useful things. I more linked that as a source to one of the things that we talked about today. And you can also sign up for the Handmade Alpha Academy waiting list down below. That does not obligate you to buy, but if you would like me to coach you personally in June 14th, the enrollment period will be from June 14th to June 24th. So
They'll probably use the act of God clauses to not reimburse. That's not a thing in the United States in most places anymore. It's discriminatory against people that aren't religious.
let's see. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's one of the good things that the whole SJW movement has done, is that things that discriminate against other religions and other types of ideologies, you can't really use in law anymore. So act of God's, I know in most northern states, I think there's still a couple of southern states where you can get away with it, but in most places you can't get away with it.
Let's see. I highly recommend HAA. Oh, thank you.
I know what you're laughing at, Jeeves Stobbs. Yeah, I know it's my kind of humor, but I had to stop it because it was getting into a darker place, and I think it's funny, but most people won't. So
Long time since I've been to a live. Cynthia, you're at the very end.
it is the very end.
It is the very end. Been thinking of teaching our kid leatherworking and partially using that as advertising pics on social media.
Yeah,
do it.
There you
do
go.
it. We were just talking yesterday and the day before about like how in-person marketing and like kind of lifestyle marketing works so much better than trying to like come up with imagery or like using stock photography that you find on the internet. I don't know. It's
You want to shout out your weekly challenge since it's the same topic?
Yeah. So, obviously if you're part of the Handmade Alpha Academy community.
Facebook community. Not Academy. That's a different one. Two groups.
All right.
Link down below.
Keep interrupting.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. But we've been doing challenges every week, and this week I wanted everyone to kind of come up with some type of a lifestyle photography or piece of content that they could share with us to market a product or just the business in general. And there's been a lot of people that have been sharing with us, and it's been really cool to kind of see. I know, was it last week or the week before last that I did the food challenge?
The week No, I think it was last week.
Was it last
Yeah.
week? Yeah, I did.
think it was.
I did like if since you're a business owner, you don't have like a whole lot of time. What's your favorite food dish to prepare that's super fast? And like we had how many comments? Like 150. Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
it was
that?
insane.
It was insane. So, but yeah, every week we kind of go in there and we've got like a whole year's worth of challenges that are really fun. So if you want to be a part of that, you can join the Facebook community, not the Academy community.
It's down below. if you're confused as to which one to join,
Just click the link.
yeah, it's down there. Just join that. And that post is always pinned to the top of the group. And he posts a new one every Monday.
Yeah.
So make sure that you go look for that.
Irina Bianchi, hi from Italy.
Yeah,
Hi, Irina.
Irina's on
Stay
every stream.
safe.
Yes, please. Thanks for doing this discussion. I arrived late, so I'll watch the replay. I got here late. Did you touch on disaster unemployment?
No, and I don't think we will.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be different in every state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And country, depending on where you're at. So we're not legal professionals. We're going to try to stay out of the legal realm like we always do. It's just better not to.
Yeah, we kind of stuck to just casual talk. We know a lot of you are stressed, and we're kind of stressed as well. And I asked the alphas what you guys really wanted in the Facebook community a few days ago, and you said just normal, nothing spooky, nothing scary, and that's kind of what we've decided to do. And same with the email series that I created for you. That
I will say, from a personal perspective, though, if you don't need it, don't get it. Because no matter how bad you're doing, there's always somebody that's going to be doing worse. So if you're better off and you have money saved and put back for this kind of situation, if you don't need unemployment, if your state's getting it, don't get it, because it's going to make it more difficult for people that absolutely do need it to get it.
yeah.
Don't abuse the system. I'm not accusing anybody, but just be heartful.
Yeah.
Most people will be able to do this. I'm donating 100% of profits to relief funds. I
That's
don't rely
awesome.
on my Etsy shop for finances. Yeah, that's awesome. And
That's
it might seem kind of crappy, but you can use that as an opportunity to advertise too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Goodwill.
Those of us that are doing a little bit better, we should be, pitching in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
helping out,
Yeah.
especially in times like this. That's when it's really going to matter the most.
and if you're not freaked out by this kind of stuff and you have a good strong immune system, volunteer. There's probably places that need your help.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of
Old folks' homes, man, I'm sure they need a lot of help.
no, they don't want anybody in there.
Okay, well then never
My
mind.
mom works at one. Nobody's allowed to go in there. But I know that a lot of the local schools are actually passing out meals for the children who would normally be eating like at school, and parents who can't afford to provide lunches for their children.
Yep.
That's a program that I'm seeing happening in a lot of states. So that's something that you can volunteer for if it's something that you're interested in.
If anybody has TP, send it my way. TP hoarding was horrible. Man, invest in washcloths and a good sink.
Or-
You might be out of luck for a while.
Or get your dude wipes on Amazon, because
Somebody
apparently
said that they're sold out, but Nate pulled it up and they looked like they weren't. Get delivery, takeout from local restaurants. Great way to support your community.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, take as many orders as you can with like actual local restaurants and not chains. Chains are going to be doing just fine right now.
all of our non-US people forgot that our clocks changed, and they wanted to know why we started an hour early. Amber Marie was
Our clocks changed
our clocks changed.
because we work in freedom units here.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely gonna check out Dude Wipes. Yeah, after it, if you're not the kind of person that uses wet wipes, switch away from them because they're awful for the environment. Like
Yeah.
for reals, they're super bad. So yeah, to donate. I heard blood is really needed to donate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another good one.
Actually a good point. I saw an article about that.
And you get paid for that, don't you, for donating blood?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends. If it's like a clinic, probably not. But if it's like an actual just specific blood donation place, you usually get a few bucks here and there.
Yeah, if it's something that you
Um,
want to do like frequently, and maybe you're like tough on finances and you want to help, I mean, I think they give you like $20 or something like that. It's not very much, but
No, it's not very much, but it's enough, and you can refuse it. You don't have to be paid.
Yeah.
And I think some clinics have to in some states. I don't think they're allowed to take it without paying you. So if they offer you money, take it. But
donate it back. Take the money and donate
Yeah.
it somewhere else.
Take
You never know.
it somewhere. Hand it to your local homeless. They're probably struggling pretty hard right now too. We've cut up all our trash T-shirts and used them as rags, then just rinse and soak them as usual. Yeah, that's unfortunate. A lot of people are having to do that.
That's why I thought you'd start sooner. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I sent an email out, so bidets are the way to go. Yep, we have.
We just bought one. We
Yep.
bought a Tushy.
Hasn't been.
TUSHY.com.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I really hope so.
Don't Google it.
No, don't Google. Actually, Google it. Use Google.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe search for
literally every week.
Search for bidet with it. Don't just put it.
Plasma too for those of us who are immune compromised. Yeah, that's usually what when I go and I donate, because you can do the double plasma donation. You can donate double the plasma that you can red blood cells. So.
Yep. All right, guys. I hope that you are having a great Friday, even if you are sitting at home, unable to go anywhere. We're probably going to DoorDash some food since we can't go sit down at a restaurant like we normally would, but that's okay. So for those of you who stuck around, thanks for hanging out. There are lots of links down below. Let me go through these one more time. Join my 7-day email series so you can get tips from me on how I
went to that site and it was definitely not for bidets. Maybe I...
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Find the right one.
HelloTushy.com.
Oh my God.
Let's just find out what we tortured this
Oh no,
woman
what are you
with.
gonna?
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. It's HelloTushy.com.
That's the link. Just put the right link in the chat, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry. That's why we said Google it.
Just click it.
TUSHY. There. That's the correct one. That's hilarious.
We just made one of our alphas get on a porn website. Sorry. I hope your kids weren't in the room. We're gonna go now. We hope that you have a great weekend and that you enjoy your bidet and toilet paper and
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. If I tell you to go somewhere, just put it into a Google search bar instead of directly into your browser window always. That should 100% be the rule all the time. One of my first email campaigns years ago, I mistyped one of the links and it went to a porn site.
Oh no.
That's amazing.
Oh no, that's awful. Okay.
A couple last minute things too. Places to check for supplies for like toilet paper, hardware stores. A lot of places up north, people don't think to actually go search those places, but hardware stores usually have toilet paper, paper towels. I know, it's wonderful, isn't it? And then for cat litter, tractor and farming supply stores a lot of the times will have like the natural cat litter and stuff. So, yeah. Tips.
All right, guys. Lots of links down below. Feel free to sign up for all the things. We're gonna go now before we do any more damage to your their virgin eyes are burning. We don't want to destroy our good reputation.
It's
here.
not my fault. I said Google it.
Yeah, that's true. The little Asian markets carry TP as well. Yeah, Asian markets.
Yeah, any like foreign market, Indian markets and Hispanic markets and stuff like that.
Those are good for finding different meats and things too if you're struggling for fresh food in your area.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have an amazing weekend, and we will hopefully see you this upcoming Friday. And if that changes for any reason, we'll let you know in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, which is linked down below. All right. See you later.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. Check the
Subscribe.
description for links and do all of that fun stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.